Welcome to my video responses for chapter 3. The first one was a TED Talk called Math Needs a Makeover. And basically, he kind of talked about how we need to reorganize or rethink our approach to teaching math. So basically, in our math education, it's split up into two different parts. We have computation, and then we have math reasoning. And a lot of times, students and teachers focus more on computation than that math reasoning. And you kind of can tell that students have poor math reasonings. There's kind of 5 different symptoms, which he talked about, which is the lack of initiative. So students don't self-start. Lack of perseverance. So like if they don't know how to do something, they just, stop and wait for help. Number 3 is lack of retention. So they can learn something, but then they can't keep that in their mind or in their brains. Number 4, aversion to word problems. Every time, and I can see this in my teaching experience, every time they see a word problem, they're like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Math is supposed to be numbers, not words. And then number 5 is the eagerness for formula. So they always want to have it set up for them. So also you can see that with math reasoning that students are impatient with things that you can't solve quickly. They want it served to them on a silver platter. And no problem is that easy to solve. And so basically he talked about how we need to start a conversation for patient problem solvers. And math needs to serve as that conversation. He talked about how with textbooks they just give students the various problems and the variables. They're given visuals and the substeps. And he kind of talked about how students need to be able to decide and think about the substeps on their own and be able to think and reason with their math skills. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and I kind of agree that students think of math as just that computation part and kind of give up with the math reasoning because it's difficult. And so I do think that we need to instill in our students that we need to be more patient when solving problems, and that we need to teach more of that math reasoning in our schools. So yeah, that was a cool video. In the second video, it was called Outside Experts Boost Project Authenticity, and I thought it was a really cool video. It was, an AP class, and they brought in real engineers to judge the students' projects. It was an authentic audience, and they could ask questions and kind of make a connection, and it also forced them to use academic vocabulary that, they could use one day in their profession. It kind of was a motivation for students to do better and, work for real life scenarios. It gave students a chance to shine as they presented their work to kind of their role models or who they kind of aspire to be. And, they had those experts then connect classroom knowledge, to the practical applications that they use in their field, so the students could kind of see, how what they are learning is being used in the real world today. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I think that, the social efficiency ideology is important, and you can kind of see it in this video here that you need to be able to teach students in order to be successful in their jobs after school. And so I thought that second video did a great job of showing how we could connect school to that real world. I really enjoyed watching these 2 videos, and I hope you have a great day.